One.
Hey guys, good evening and welcome to Clueless Insanity.
Hello.
Here, uh, hello. Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah. Yeah.
Very much.
Yes,
Yeah, go ahead.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So we had a mini auction yesterday, but it was as good as a mega auction, and it was great fun. Lot of teams, huge money. Wow, it was seriously good. And today in our panel, we have the same panel which we discussed before the auctions, and we're excited to start off this show. Well, it has to be the biggest name in this auction and the highest bid in IPL history, Chris Morris. I'll start off with Akshar. Akshar, Morris, 16.25 crores. Mm, are picking him. Do you think that's a great buy, considering the fact that Morris did not play 14 games for RCB? He played only seven,
Mhm.
and he has not played international cricket for a long time. And
Mhm.
we always know he's injury prone as well. So, great buy or little overpriced?
Uh, okay. Let me start off by saying most players in this auction are overpriced. It's the nature of these mini auctions. Lot of money and a limited supply, so the demand is just so high. And there were three teams with huge purses and a few teams that just wanted one such talisman player. And so yeah, everyone is kind of high in terms of their ratings, but I think Chris Morris is a very good buy. We have seen what he did for RCB, and if you look at the entire list, he was probably the only quick bowler who can bowl 140 plus come and tonk in the end of the innings, who is proven in IPL, who has done it time and time again. And if you look at that RR squad, that then you will see that they required such a player. They required certain assistance, especially to other death bowlers that they have, like the really fast bowler from England. So they needed that.
Yes, yes. So what we will do in this show is, since we started with uh, Chris Morris, we'll finish one team, which is RR. Okay, we'll talk about other buys. Okay, major buy was of course Chris Morris, and then they had a very good buy with Mustafizur. They got him for just 1 CR. Vishal, your thoughts on that?
It's a steal, right? 1 crore. They got him for a very less price. I think they'll be quite happy that they got Mustafizu. Gives them another dimension, and he can bowl his cutters. He can be good at the death. And if I remember right, he almost won the IPL for Sunrisers in 2016, and he was the emerging player of the year that season. So goodbye. I think, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they say Fizz has lost his fizz, but I don't think so. Experience always counts, and is a very good death bowler. So that's a great
Yeah.
buy. Ani, they got someone like Shivam Dubey. Okay, so is it like just to have him as a backup player, or do you think he'll be part of the playing 11?
See, Abhi, I don't think Shivam Dubey will straight away get a chance into the 11 because last year itself there are like problems of plenty for RR. So Shivam Dubey is probably a backup there. Like they have a Rahul Tewatia, and I'm not sure what would be their opening combination this time. Probably Yashasvi Jaiswal may get that longer run. Like he didn't get that much in the last year. So even Chris Morris, for that matter, now since they have bought him, they have to play him all the games. And you have other three foreigners who are fixed, which is Stokes, Archer, and Josh Butler. So Shivam Dubey might not just be in the scheme of things as such, but yes, it's a good backup to have for them.
Mhm.
True, true. And I was actually pleased to see they got someone like Chetan Sakaria for 1.2 crores. It's always good when we see a young Indian player getting sold for that price. Amog, let's move to the lesser known team in this auction who came there just to have fun, SRH. Okay,
Right.
but they did get a very good player in Mujib for 1.2 crores.
Right. I, I think if you know you if you remember the last time I told that SRH will be there just to eat some popcorn and see what's happening, and that's exactly what they did. If I'm not wrong, they only went for the small buys. Whatever they're very smart in just filling up their quota. But Mujib, I think, see, it's like a backup. I don't really see him play when you have Rashid Khan in there. Mujib will not be, as potent. But yeah, see, always it's good to have backups. You never know. You can always play two spinners as well.
Right.
Abhi, just to add on point on SRH, they got a
Mhm.
great buy in Kedar Jadhav. I know people might think Kedar had a very bad previous IPL, but SRH had lot of middle order struggles with inexperienced Indian players. So Kedar kind of gives that relatively stability to them, and he can pitch in with a couple of overs as well if need be.
True.
And it
And
gives them more options, right, for SRH. So
right.
if they want, they can play Rashid and Mujib together, and they can play all the
Yeah.
Indian pacers. Well, they have a Indian pace battery with them, starting from Sandeep Sharma to Basil Tampi to Bhuvneshwar Kumar to Khalil. Like most of them are there. So it gives them.
And that
They
too.
have a lot of options in place.
True.
So and yeah, I think based on the conditions and the opponent they're going to play, I think they can play Mujib and Rashid, or if they want, they can play Holder. So yeah, so I think decent buys, and they bought them for cheap as well. Yeah.
Mhm.
True. They have a very good bowling attack. Of course, not to forget the 2020 star, Indian star, Nattu. And also they bought Suchit, which was very interesting. So they've strengthened their spin attack and they have backup plans as well. Talking of backup plans, Akshar, Mumbai Indians did the same. They got someone like Coltonile for 5 crores. Of course, that was a uh, big bid for them. Apart from that, Adam Milne and Nisham, they got this for steel buys. So it's more of a backup plan because probably they are trying to have someone if Pollard is not fit, so they can play someone like NCN there.
To be fair, Mumbai Indians already had a bank 11 before going into the auction. What they did clever is also ensure that the owners are happy. They gave away players at high cost and bought two players for one almost. And somebody like Adam Milner, for example, can be a gun player for them. Even in those one or two instances that we will get to see him, I think that he can single-handedly perform. And that's the thing about this Mumbai unit. They can be very clever and play these players for one or two matches, and those one or two matches they will perform and they will steal the show.
Yeah, Amok, since we spoke about Mumbai, of course they bought Arjun Tendulkar, which we always knew would be going there. Amok, we spoke about the defending champions. Let's talk about the other champion team, CSK. They got
Right.
Moeen Ali for 7 crores and they got Pujara, which was a good buy. I would want someone like our test specialist to be in part of some team, and CSK was the right team. But the most interesting buy there was K. Gautam. The base price was 20 lakhs. He went for whopping 9.25 crores.
Right. I think that I mean, apart from Morris, if you see, that was the other big battle that happened. It went on for quite some time, and is he deserving it? Only time will tell. But Yeah, I mean, like, see, beat RR or CSK, they had to showcase like that we are here to do something. Especially RR keeps doing that. This time I could feel that even CSK is doing it because they had a very limited purse, and one big buy they always wanted to do. They were ready to sacrifice everything on one big player. It's surprising that it was Krishnappa Gautam, but yeah, because
Yeah.
I hope he delivers. He lives up to that money.
One thing to
Yes.
add,
So yes, go ahead,
yeah,
Akshay.
I was just saying that there was a very clear conscience for them. They knew that they needed to strengthen their lower batting order. It seemed that's why they went big, even for Maxwell. It's just that other teams had bigger purse, so they outbid them. But the concept of their thinking was very clear to see in this auction, and that's vital.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true.
Yes, yes. Let's move on to the new team PBKS. Okay, and Ani, since that's your second favorite team, I'll be asking you, Jay Richardson, 14 crores. That's a big talking point in this episode, and of course they tried for each and every player when things were about to settle down. You could see Preeti Zinta raising the bid. Ani, your thoughts on uh, Punjab players?
See, Punjab does that. In every auction, you see Preeti Zinta go for all the players. So you don't really find a strategy of say like yes, the Richardson was a great buy. I mean, they needed one bowler and they got it. And then they again went for Jamieson, who was again going on the verge of 14, 15 crores. So that didn't make any sense. But Punjab still went for it. So you can't really understand the strategy in terms of those things. But yes, their buys were great. They got if I'm not wrong, they got David Malan, right?
Yeah,
Correct me if I'm wrong.
for
Very
1.5
for a
crores.
very yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was a
But
steal.
they got a very good buy in Hendricks for a lesser price itself. It was around 4 CR. That was, Hendricks has been performing well, and he gives you that additional bowling option. So that was a good
Yes.
buy. But what was more interesting was to see someone like Shah Rukh Khan getting a good buy there, like 5 crores for a youngster and who has played well. He helped Tamil Nadu win the trophy as well. So that was a great buy. And if you had watched the video posted by DK
Yeah, yeah.
on Insta, it was
Running
really
about.
good. It was that's what mm, that is what IPL is all about, right?
For
I mean,
sure.
IPL.
nothing to take away from Kings 11, but I saw one comment and it really cracked me up. And it said that once she put up a post of Shah Rukh Khan, there was a comment saying that நீ என்ன பண்றேன்ட்டு உனக்கே புரியல 13 வருஷமா யார் யாரையோ பிக் பண்ற நீ எல்லாம் கப் ஜெயிக்க போறியா like there's a comment like that which was very funny. I felt what Akshar mentioned and I mean sorry Ani mentioned lack of strategy. It was very clearly visible. I feel if it was a strategic move, they would have got better buys. I felt.
Yeah,
Uh,
like what was strange to me was they started raising paddles only after it went beyond 10 crore, almost like they wanted to bully people out of the auction. Yeah, I think they just wanted to buy everyone.
And that's the strategy
So,
as well.
Abhi, I would just want to tell one thing. See, they wanted two players in mind. One, an all-rounder, and one, a bowler. Because they left Sheldon Cottrell previously, so they had to fill in those slots. All other slots are kind of already fixed. See, and I guess whatever they have done, it's a very pretty decent auction, and they have a great team. But what will be their 11 and how do they go about with a team combination is what to be seen. And I guess Rahul and Kumble in that perspective would have better thoughts this time.
Yeah, and they also
True.
had one surprising buy in Meredith, right? He went for 8 crores. And now, what I
Yes.
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
understand from the outside is they have Jai Richardson, they have Meredith, and they have Jordan, right? And Meredith and Jai Richardson cost 22 crores. And but they have three foreigners here. Then Puran will surely play because I think he's their best overseas player in my opinion. So who are the four foreigners going to be? And if you see, my little concern with Punjab Kings is the Indian seam department. They have Shami, but they don't have anyone else who's experienced. Harshdeep Singh might
Yes.
play, but who if Shami gets injured, who is the replacement? So I don't understand why they went for Meredith, but time will tell, and it'll be interesting who their four foreigners will be.
Meredith, I followed him on the Big Bash League. He was quick. Oh man, he's good.
Yeah,
He's good. I,
yeah,
I, I hope he does well.
The,
I mean,
yeah.
the
it
tricky
is
bit.
our second favorite. Even for me, it's my second favorite team. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, I understand the sentiment behind it, but to be fair, I felt that their bowling unit really lacked in IPL 2020. And in this year, they didn't go for anybody try and test it. They went for newbies and people who have not even gone outside Oceania, let alone for a fun trip. So these guys coming here and performing, it's going to be a very big challenge, and to do it at the biggest stage, day in day out, every single match, it's going to be very strategic to use these three bowlers. Let's see what they do.
True. And Vishal, you mentioned a very good point with them using the four foreigners. They, in fact, bought Fab Allen as well. And David Malan, you can't fit him anywhere because he's an opener and they are filled with openers there. So in that case, we'll have to drop Chris Gale. I don't. They have a lot of headaches when it comes to picking four foreigners there. Anyways, let's move our focus to Vishal's favorite team now, KKR. Okay, two goodbyes according to me, Shakib and then Ben Cutting. It was really disappointing to see Ben Cutting no one uh, picking him in the first round, but KKR bought him at 75 lakhs, which is a steal buy. You know, you can use him as a backup in case Russell is not fit. So, what do you think? These two, and of course, they got someone like Karun Nair who can
Yeah.
also be part of the playing 11, and Harbhajan Singh probably mostly to do with the experience part, but I don't see him playing in the starting 11. But these are good buys.
Yeah, I think we did well in the auction. But to be honest, we retained 17 players, right? So we have our team ready, and we just had to fill the gaps. That's what we were in this auction for. As you mentioned, Shakib and Ben Cutting, amazing buys. Ben Cutting again played really well in the 2016 final and was the man of the match. So for Sunrisers, and
We
he has
sorry to interrupt. RCBNs cannot forget that.
yeah, sorry for that. Yeah, sorry, but I'm talking about the player, what he brings to the table. A good all-rounder. Yeah, if Russell is not fit and he has a slight niggle, Cutting can come and play 2-3 games here and there. And Shakib, well, he's been with KKR for 7 years. He was part of the winning team both times actually,
Both times.
2012 and 2014. So always good to have Shakib back. I'm a big Shakib fan, so happy for that. And coming to Harbhajan Singh, I think he brings in experience. We have Varun Chakravarti and Kuldeep Yadav. I don't see him playing games. Might be here and there, odd game here and there, but he would bring immense experience and help the youngsters along. So that's what I would see from Harbhajan Singh in KKR this year. Um, Along with Praveen Tambe as well. We have Praveen Tambe as a spin bowling consultant at the moment. So from experience side of things, Harbhajan seems to be a very good buy. But our main 11 is settled, and we also had and this is the first time as well we have taken 25 players into an IPL season, and the reason behind it, as mentioned by Venki Mysora CEO, is because of the bubble. So hard to get replacements if there's an injury. So quite a different setup this year because we normally go with 18 to 20 players. This time, this is the first time I think, if I remember right, that we have 25 players.
Yeah.
So quite exciting. Yeah.
You read the same. Yeah. I'm
Yeah, and I'm happy that they have a substitute fielder in Pawan Negi. You can get him on the field whenever you need, and he'll take
the
those
best
catches.
the
He'll
best
take those catches. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
it gives us more options, right? So Pawan Negi, Karun Nair. Indian batting is is well, we have Shubman Gill, we have Tripathi, but I think Karun Nair and Pawan Negi give us more options, and they've played for India. So from experience side of things, they're good buys.
yes. Akshay, we'll move to DC now. Uh, they had a major buy in Tom Curran. Okay, but the first player was Steve Smith. 2.2. I felt that was people should have gone for a higher price. When we see a lot of other people going for a higher price, Steve Smith was worth.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's always a really good player. It's just that the teams that came to this auction, the one with the big purse didn't need a opener, and the ones who were, yeah, having a decentish purse, they already had an opener. Remember that in this team in Delhi, already there's no chance for Ajinkya Rahane or somebody to play in the playing 11. So
True.
fitting Steve Smith is already tough. I thought the bidding itself was very strange. That RCB first raised their bat and then didn't do anything. Delhi raised their bat, didn't do anything, and yes, it was a very strange process. That entire drama. I think he is going to be somebody who will himself grow under the tutelage of Ricky Ponting, and I think the experience he will impart to that Indian core is good, and that will help us win more series in Australia. That's what I think.
True.
I
Yes.
would like to add. I would like to add one point here. I'm sorry. One thing that I would like to say is that it's more to do with the noise. I feel the noise factor is like some, except for Glenn Maxwell. Obviously, he has a brand of his own. The Ben Cutting going for 75 lakhs, Steve Smith going for these cheap prices are all mostly to do with their recent and current form that they see. And I feel Ben Cutting, unless and until people have followed thoroughly the domestic seasons of Australia, you really don't know much about it. Jai Richardson, all these fast bowlers were expected to go for high price. Jameson, if you see, had made a lot of noise, so you always knew he's going to go for a lot of money. I feel it's to do with the voice, and it's sad that Smith, I love him to the core. He's an amazing player. It's sad to see such low money. I mean, Krishnappa Gautam is getting twice the money. I mean, thrice the money of Steve Smith, which is laughable. But yeah, that's how these auctions go, and that is the awesomeness of IPL actually.
True.
Abhi, just to add one point, I know this conversation on Smith is going a bit too long, but agree with both Akshar and Amog. And as Akshar pointed out, I guess this is the most bizarre auction for a player I have seen. There was eerie silence at the start. Then RCB unwillingly, I thought they just, if they get at the base price, we can have him. So that was what RCB's thought process, because they had their eyes fixed on Maxwell. And Delhi, I guess, had no intention whatsoever to buy Smith, because Smith just doesn't fit in the frame of things for Delhi. They thought we'll just have some fun with RCB and RCB will go for him. Probably that's what Delhi thought, and that just backfired. So because you, as Akshar pointed out, the 11 looks like there's absolutely no place for Smith. Now they have got Smith, so with having a experienced captain from another team, so now if you don't make him play, it is people like Smith don't want to warm the benches. So now it's a bigger headache for Delhi in that matter.
Absolutely, yeah, very true, very true. It's going to be
Yeah,
fun actually. Ashwin
yeah.
and Smith in the same team, so that's going to be fun.
Ashwin Smith and
Uh,
Rishabh Pant.
Amog, you spoke of bowlers, okay? Fast bowlers, and there was only one international Indian fast bowler in Umesh Yadav, which, of course, DC bought. Uh, what do you think? Having an Indian fast bowler is always important because you can't have three seeming options from foreign players, right? So, and again, no takers for him. In the end, DC got him for the base price.
Mhm.
Right. So, see, that is a smart buy. Uh, I would say, had teams waited out, you would have got base price for Billy Stanley. Someone like Billy Stanley, not even being purchased by any team is kind of a sin actually. If you see, he's another Jamison. Of course, he doesn't contribute to the bat, but that guy is tall, he's lanky, and he's fast. So I feel if you waited out, you would have got few players for a base price, and this is a very smart move. I felt that Umesh Yadav, um, you just use him smartly. I think over the last few years, finally Virat knew how to use him, and he was doing good for RCB. Um, Now he's obviously in a different team. Hope he has a good journey there.
Mm.
Yes, we'll move to RCB. Jamieson for 15 crores. We have not seen much of international T20s from him, but Akshay, you can take this. Uh, it is a good fast. I mean, when such a tall bowler runs into you, of course, is intimidating, right?
Yeah. Uh, I'll tell you the scenario I'm imagining. I'm imagining him coming and bowling these gun yorkers as well as these good length deliveries that these opposition batsmen are going to play sideways and misjudge the bounce that he's going to produce and give a lot of top edges for our RCP fielders. That is what I envision him to do. I think it's a very good buy, irrespective of the prices. I think he's proven it in New Zealand, and I'm sure Mike Hessen will know how to bring out that extra bit in him. I think also the RCB framework allows him to shine because he's, although a vital cog, we have this really good Indian bowling unit that allows these bowlers to come and shine, and I think that that helps us a lot. And I'm very very looking forward to seeing what he will do, and I hope he has a great IPL.
Yeah. Talking of bowling, you spoke about the Yorkers. Vishal, if you had followed BBL, Daniel Christian was too good with those toe crushing Yorkers, right? And he's one of the most experienced T20 player. That was a good buy, right? Towards the end of the auction.
Yes, very good buy. I was following the BBL to a certain extent, and he played really well. And above all, he brings so much experience to the side, right? The place where he bats, I think he'll bat 6 or 7. So much experience, and maybe part of the think tank group as well in the field. So yeah, very good buy. Might contribute, and he contributes with the bat, with the ball. Let's see how he goes about his business in this year's IPL. Quite interesting to see who the 4 foreigners are going to be for RCB. AP is fixed. Maxwell is fixed. I think Jamison will be fixed. Fourth, fourth will be. I thought Philippe should start. Joshua Philippe should start the season, but now I'm not sure. Let's see how. Let's see what they do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Amok,
that's yeah,
yeah. So we were speaking about Maxwell before the auctions. Happy that he's
absolutely. Yeah.
part of RCB now.
100%, 100%. I either wanted him or Smith. Since we got Maxwell, I think. See, we already discussed on that aspect as well. If he wins us 4 out of 14 matches, that's good enough. I mean, how many times is it going to be like, oh, ABD is gone and now you know like match devrege? It shouldn't be like that. We need someone
Yes.
who is whom they can. So then ABD will not have to worry about his wicket. If he's going to worry about his wicket and play, he'll not play at his best. So now, if he knows that there is going to be a Maxwell, let's say if there's Daniel Christian as well, that means he knows that there are people who are capable of coming and finishing off the game. Then that will make Virat go more expressive, ABD go more expressive, and our batting will look, now it looks amazing. Now after
Yes.
after 2016, I would say this is as good as a team as 2016, and we have a very good chance of going all the way.
Mhm.
Exactly. I was about to mention the same. In 2016, uh, Virat and AB, there was not that much pressure on them because they were good batsmen to follow in KL Rahul, Watson, and we had Binny, someone like Binny also. So probably this is a year
Yes.
where they can be more expressive at the top, unlike the last year. And also,
Uh, uh,
uh, there's a very good buy in Mohammad Azharuddin, is what I felt. Ani, we watched that game closely when he scored that
yeah.
30 odd ball century, and it was all clean hitting, and there was no slog hitting there. Happy with that buy.
Absolutely.
I was like very thrilled to have him at a base price. Of course, we were trying for Shah Rukh Khan, but I felt Mohammad Azharuddin, especially with that keeping ability, he can open the batting with Devdutt Padikkal there.
Mohammad Azharuddin was a steal by with whatever you have seen him of the recent past. And I guess RCB got some great players with that base praise yesterday. So they got Mohammad Azharuddin, a wicket keeper batsman, a great player, and they got Bharat, another wicket keeper. So they have two Indian wicket keepers there. They got a Goa player, the Suresh Prabhu Desai,
Prabhu Desai,
and they got Rajat Patidar, I
Rajat
guess.
Patel.
So all are good young
Sorry,
prospects.
sorry to interrupt. In case if you don't know who these players are, you can go to our channel, check out
So,
about Rajat Patidar and Suresh Prabhu Desai. Yeah, Ani, go ahead.
right.
Yeah. So I was just telling that we have got a great team this year overall, and I guess it's RCB all the way this time.
Okay, let's hope for that. Mm,
We shall do
definitely,
it.
but I would be interested to watch Josh Philippe open and have one of the youngster, maybe Sachin Baby or some Indian youngster in the middle there. Let's see how it goes. Overall, it was exciting player auction yesterday,
Mhm.
and we don't want to wait for IPL. Yeah. It's like 2 months to go. But of course, we have a great series going on between India versus England. We'll get back to the Simon Go Back series as well in coming days,
Absolutely.
and more to follow. Uh, 5 T20s and 3 ODIs. So great season ahead. And once that is done, we have IPL also. It's exciting times. Thank you guys. Thank you
Yes,
for joining and sharing your thoughts. It was fun watching player auction and fun discussing the auction here as well. Thank you guys. Cheers
absolutely,
Absolutely.
to
absolutely.
all and
Cheers,
have a great time.
cheers, cheers.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.